What's good, YouTube? And welcome to the Megatins leaking everywhere online. Chase pulls quarter-century secret rares, and we can't talk about it here. So I want to highlight this little Konami policy and how terribly they have handled specifically the 2024 Megatins and what they can do to get ahead of the curve, which this just makes absolutely no sense to me that they didn't, because they had creators on the scene opening the tins, and here's Rhymestyle handing Farfa an Alter Art Raigeki already revealed out of the tin, so it's nothing new. Hashtag ad. And it just feels like, what are you doing with all these opportunities you can not only be handing to creators, but as well as for yourself and your own traction? So let's talk about this clause real quick, because anyone bold enough to post the leaks online, and I'm not going to point fingers anywhere to lead Konami directly to them, they can get banned by policy. Here's the suspension for infractions outside of sanctioned or official events policy, posted thanks to JJPM here, and he highlights the important section also. But an unsporting conduct severe or unsporting conduct cheating infraction does not have to have been committed or discovered at a sanctioned or official event in order to result in suspension. This is their internet policing clause. This is what got Billy Break banned before questions were asked. Triff Gaming banned. Andres Torres banned. Some very high public bannings that happened were directly thanks to this clause in question for those, but we haven't quite seen major leak bans outside of Tatsum that have involved the factory. However, this is still dangerous, and this is a newer update to the clause to where they can start kind of just banning anyone for leaks in general. So these include but are not limited to severe or ongoing harassment of another person. I believe that technically got Coder banned at some point. Retaliating against or harassing a judge or other tournament official. You should never be doing that. Cyberbullying, creating online content targeting or harassing another person. And let's go ahead down here to the 10 relevant one. Publicizing privileged information. This includes, but is not limited to, publicizing or otherwise sharing unauthorized information about product that has not been released. They go further into this, publicizing or otherwise profiting from stolen or leaked product images. So if they figure out this was shared with you earlier and they see that you're buying things up online that have to do with that kind of information, they can also give you that slap on the wrist. But the main one here is that if you are just sharing, not the one who originally put it out, but publicizing or otherwise sharing this unauthorized information, you can get the ban hammer from events. I personally want to keep my options open, which is why I'm not sharing the leaks here, but I will talk about a couple of specifics. World premieres leaked during Worlds, early on, where Konami could have reacted with the rest of the tins. We know that directly because they have the tins on hand, and everybody that could just go, yeah, go ahead, post it online, is right there, and all the creators are right there to do it with them. In fact, they've done a bit of this before, where in 2019, they did the world premieres along with the creators. So you had the creators' faces right there, live reactions, reading these cards going, whoa, crazy to Nibiru, then all these different online reactions to those creators' reaction, really focusing all this hype directly into Worlds while it was going on. Instead here, look, a Raigeki we already know about, the end. That was kind of it. That's what we got out of the tins from Worlds. You could have taken all that traction back in. So the reason I want to criticize Konami here is the timetables that they have given the product physically to creators, had them sign off on NDAs, and then make them wait to press upload. They could be ahead of this curve very consistently. Instead, this hurts the creators' videos because we already know a lot of what's out there. It's still exciting to get to post some of the first videos on a product, and that will still surely gain excess views. However, it would be way better if these are the true first reveals for everybody. It's better for Konami, it's better for the player base. We get non-180p fake Sword Soul leaks. We get the genuine article from sponsored people that are working with Konami, and they get to hype it up. I think the true reason why they wanted to hold off, even though we've been getting leaks, like not leaks, but announcements directly from them over time, which has been applauded. That's been a good move. Half of the quarter century secret rares, several of the secret rares. I think the reason they didn't want to open so many 10s is the set list size and people starting to do the math on what's worth it and start canceling pre-orders. Like, we're getting closer to that window where people can't cancel anymore, and either way that coin flip lands for them, in their eyes mayhaps, I feel like they want it to be as far off as possible to the 10s getting into people's hands. They want that reaction / action to not affect the money trail initially. And I feel like that's a really bad business practice, especially with how much you've already been pushing these 10s. And I've seen some of the cards, they're praiseworthy. They're a great job, and I'm excited to get a couple of them myself. So I will be buying cards out of the 10s, but probably not the 10s itself unless the set list makes sense. We're all wondering how many secret rares are in the 10s. That list may compile today, and if there's like 100-ish secret rares, which is what we were speculating before the leaks happened, then the pull rates at 3 prismatic secret rares per 10 not only mathematically makes them the easier pulls than the quarter century secret rares, depending on what's short printed and not, but like, depending on the cards, just makes them incredibly tough and expensive to chase after, more so even than the secret rares out of core sets for their pull ratios, just on average, not accounting for short prints. I did the whole math in a video. I'll try to link that down below. When it comes down to their handling of these leaks and the 10s though, I feel like I only see missed opportunity, mishandling of the situation, and they've really got to get it together. I want to see Yu-Gi-Oh! Product do better, because that's better for the singles. It's better for the stores. If Yu-Gi-Oh! Product is getting that really traction hype with people able to focus it here and the product itself is good, everyone's winning. But it feels like we just can't get that outside of a couple of core sets thanks to power creep, and these reprint sets keep really failing on the side. Rarity Collection 1, you finally brought us the OCG model. Rarity Collection 2 flopped on its face and already has several cards banned. So like, limited banned, etc. I want to say though that I want to like these a lot. I just personally don't at this juncture. It's so close, but the set list number / size is what's ruining it for me versus the pulls. So let me know what you think about the 10s. If you're bold enough, I guess you can talk about the leaks in the comment section down below. Remember, Konami is out there watching. They definitely had noticed. There's no way higher-ups were not alerted. Sir, the leaks have happened of our world premieres. What would you like to do? There's no way that didn't happen. And so with them having such a judge presence online that ends up feeding it up the chain, and with that being how, you know, some of those players were banned for cheating, and people have been banned for factory leaks so far, I feel like we're about to see some ramifications for this, and I hope it's not some of my friends, but to those who are bold enough to post, braver than I.